Hello and welcome to KLM Institute.
Today we bring you a heartfelt and historic message from Pope Francis, his final words to the world before his peaceful passing on Easter Monday. The beloved leader of the Catholic Church left behind a powerful message of love, peace, and unity that continues to echo across the globe. Just a day before his death, Pope Francis addressed the world on Easter Sunday with words that were full of hope and compassion. In his message, he began by celebrating Easter and the resurrection of Jesus Christ, reminding the faithful that love has triumphed over hate, light over darkness, and forgiveness over revenge. He spoke of joy and renewal, saying that the good news from the empty tomb in Jerusalem should bring tears of happiness and a fresh start for all. With deep concern, he turned his focus to the pain and suffering seen around the world. He questioned the thirst for death that we witness in many violent conflicts across the globe. He spoke up for women, children, migrants, and vulnerable communities, urging the world to revive trust in one another and to embrace people from different lands, cultures, and ideas. Pope Francis strongly called for a ceasefire in Gaza. He said he was close to the sufferings of Christians and all people in both Palestine and Israel. The Pope expressed deep worry about rising anti-Semitism and the ongoing destruction in Gaza. He appealed to all parties involved to stop the fighting, release hostages, and help the people who are starving and desperate for peace. He also prayed for Christian communities in troubled areas like Lebanon, Yemen, and Syria. His message was one of hope and healing for people across the Middle East and beyond. On the war in Ukraine, Pope Francis prayed for peace and encouraged all involved to find a just and lasting solution. He asked the world to not forget those suffering in places like Africa, Myanmar, the South Caucasus, and the Western Balkans, regions still facing violence, political unrest, and natural disasters. To world leaders, the Pope made a passionate plea. He asked them to use their power not to isolate others, but to fight hunger and invest in development. He reminded us that the real weapons of peace are compassion, support, and unity, not conflict or destruction. He ended his message by urging all people never to lose sight of humanity. In a world filled with war, where schools and hospitals are attacked, he reminded us that it is not just targets being hit, it is people, each with dignity and a soul. He called for the release of prisoners of war and political prisoners and said this Jubilee year should be a time for mercy and reconciliation. Pope Francis took his final breath on Easter Monday at 7:35 a.m. The Vatican shared that he peacefully returned to the home of the Father. Despite battling serious lung illness and pneumonia, he stood with the people until the very end. His final public blessing on Easter Sunday in St. Peter's Square was a symbol of his lifelong dedication to peace, faith, and love. This was not just a farewell message. It was a moral call to action for the world, a reminder to lead with kindness, to build peace, and to never forget the value of every human life. Pope Francis may have passed, but his legacy of love, courage, and compassion will live on forever. Stay tuned to KLM Institute for more thoughtful updates from around the world.